everyone! So today I'm going to be doing a fun kind of review and recommendation video on some awesome products that I recently discovered, and I'm not even sure if they're out yet, but they are out in stores, so I'm just not sure if they're out online yet, but hopefully when they are, I will annotate it around here, link in the description box below. They are so freaking cool. Like, so cool. Are you guys excited yet? Because I am. So, these new products are by Sigma Beauty, and I recently got to discover them because I was at their store, Mall of America, and they had these, and I got to use them on some people, and now I use them on myself because I have them, so these are super exciting. But these are their eyeshadow base kits, and these are something that's very new for them. They haven't come out with like any eyeshadow bases before. And there's actually 3 sets of them, which is really cool. If you guys are familiar with their eyeshadow palettes, they have the Dare, Flare, and Bare palette. And I did a whole video on the Dare palette, like 3 different looks. I'll link that in the description box below. But they look exactly like that, but just smaller. So there's the Flare eyeshadow base kit, the Bare eyeshadow base kit, and the Dare eyeshadow base kit, which I think is really cool that they first of all have different kits for each different palette because they go with each one. So if you have the eyeshadow palettes, then you kind of know what bases to use depending on which look you do because there's different eyeshadow bases for each one. So I think that's really cool. So I'll start off with the Flare eyeshadow base kit. So first of all, on the packaging, I just really like the packaging, how they just like, it looks sleek and nice, and you can keep it nice in here if you guys want to keep it. Otherwise, you can just keep like the product itself, but I would just keep it because it looks like a nice little palette. So I think that's really cool. And then you push this out, and then you have 3 eyeshadow bases and a brush, which I think is really cool because most eyeshadow bases do not come with a brush. So before I swatch all of these and stuff, I just want to show you guys the packaging and what I like about it and stuff. So this is what it looks like, and it just says Sigma Beauty on the top, and it's like a black matte cap. And then there's the plastic container, and I like how it's clear so you can see the color through it, which is really nice. And then the cap comes off, and you actually have just a little stopper right here that I just keep on just in case so it doesn't like dry out as easily. And then you pull that up, and then you have the color. So this is the first one, and this is called Pursue, and it's just this really pretty purpley color. I don't know, I think it's awesome. It's like really vibrant and pretty. The first thing about the formula is these are extremely creamy, but not too creamy to the point where they'd crease really easily. I have used these, and they had creased a tiny bit up on before I put like my eyeshadow on, but once I put the eyeshadow on, like there was no creasing, and it actually kept my eyeshadows on for a really long time and made them just vibrant and awesome. And I just love how they're colors, so they match what colors you are using with your eyeshadow, because I personally love to use colored eyeshadow bases. I've used a skin tone color one before, and I've used color ones, and when I have a color that matches like the shadow that I'm wearing, I just think that it pulls the look together a lot more and it makes it more vibrant. And I'm actually wearing one of them today, but I'll show you guys once I get to that. This is one swipe of Pursue, and it's just super pretty and super pigmented, and I love it. This next one is called Spy, and this one is definitely one of my favorites. I just think it's extremely unique, and I just think it's so pretty. So this one, if you guys, I don't know if it will pick up on camera, but it's like this tealy, light silvery color, but it also has some bronze undertones. So depending on like where you swipe it, you can get like 2 different tones. And when I was putting it on, I was getting 2 different eyeshadow tones, which was super cool. It kind of reminds me of like a reptile, like snake like skin. I don't know, I just think that's super cool. But here is a swatch of that. So first swipe, you can see that it's not as pigmented as this one is, but once you swipe it again, you get more of that like green color. It's showing up more bronze, which is cool because in person it looks like half and half, like half green, half brown, but you just get really cool colors with this. And the last one is called Provoke, which kind of reminds me of like Marcel the Shell with shoes on, if you guys have seen that video. It's like, he says something about being provoked, and I just think it's really funny, so every time I hear that word I just think of that video. But this one is more of a natural base, which I think is also really good to have, especially when you're using really natural eyeshadow colors. If you're wearing like no eyeshadow at all and you just want to have like a clean base, this is a perfect color to have. And this one, I will swatch, looks like this. So there is a little bit of color. It's kind of like a nice light blush tone. Okay, next I'll show you guys the Bare one. So this is what it looks like, and it has a brown brush, so it changes depending on which palette you have, which I think is super cute. So the first one is called Pose, And this one is the one that I'm actually wearing today. It's this nice chocolatey bronze color. And as you can see, it just kind of like brings out my eyeshadow colors. I'm actually wearing Sigma eyeshadow colors today as well. But this one again is super creamy, and I will swatch it underneath so you guys kind of know which one goes with which. But this one is so creamy. Like, some of them are more creamy, I feel like, than the others. I feel like the darker ones might be a little bit more creamy for some reason. That is what that looks like. Sorry for my phone. And the next one is called Sculpt. This one is super pretty. I haven't tried this one yet, and it's like a dark, deep greenish blue color with like some gray undertones. I don't know. I just think this one is really cool, and this one is also extremely creamy. And that is what this one looks like. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I will zoom up for you guys soon as well. But that is what this looks like, and this is just so pretty. So when you're doing a nice dark smoky eye, that is definitely the color that you want to use. This is awesome. The last one is called Persuade, and this is the more natural one of the palette, and this is probably the most natural one that they have out of any palette, or out of any of these eyeshadow base kits. And this one just looks like this. It's a little bit lighter than the one in this palette. Looks like that. So, I mean, you guys can't really see it because it is skin tone color, but it's definitely there. And the last one is the Dare eyeshadow base kit, and this one has a red brush, which I think is super cute. The first one is called Dash, and this one is a very unique color. It's like a brownish red color. And I will swatch this for you guys. So this one is extremely creamy and extremely dark. This one's actually, yes, this one's darker than this one. I don't know if you guys can see from this far, but again, I will zoom up. But it's just a very rich chocolatey color, which I think is so pretty. The cool thing about bases is, since they're like a cream product, you can also mix them. So if you want to use the very light natural color and mix it in with the brown and make it like a lighter brown, you can do that and make like your own shade, which is really cool. The next one is called Strike, and this one is one that I haven't used yet. But this is just a very pretty cranberry color, which I use cranberry eyeshadows so often. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Like, I went on a cranberry eyeshadow like phase during some of my videos. You can see, like, it was kind of a while ago. But I would always wear like a cream eyeshadow with like a raspberry cranberry color in the outer corner. So this is definitely going to come in handy because I love using those shadows. So this one is actually more of, it doesn't seem as creamy as the other ones. And that is what it looks like. So pretty. Oh my gosh, I love that one. Oh, it's just beautiful. The last one is Unveil, and this is, again, the more natural one of the palette. There's always like a naturally colored one, which is really cool because you have a nice range of bases. And this one's a nice golden color, which I think is something that I am going to use all the time. Believe it or not, I know you guys think I wear dark eyeshadows all the time, which I tend to do sometimes, but I also really like wearing just natural light shades, and this is something that I wear a lot, is a golden eyeshadow. It's just very flattering, and it kind of like brings out your skin tone. So this one is going to come in handy a lot. I can see myself using this one a whole lot. And this one looks like this. And that is what it looks like. So to give you guys a better look, this is what the eyeshadow bases look like up close. We've got the Flare palette, the Bear palette, and the Dare palette. So these are all the Flares, Bears, and Dares. So I think these are so beautiful, and they're so pigmented, which I absolutely love. And you have a really good range of different bases. I just think they're freaking awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't done like a review video in a really long time, and I think these are so amazing, and I think you guys will definitely love them once they come out. There's just so many different colors, and I just love how they go with each eyeshadow palette that they have, and you can use these with other eyeshadows as well. You don't have to use them strictly with the Bear, Flare, and Dare palettes. I also wanted to show you guys this now because I'm going to be featuring them a lot in upcoming tutorials because they're just something that's just really handy to have, and I just love the color range with them. They just go with so many different looks. So this is just kind of giving you like a quick overview of what I'm going to be using so that you're not super confused and like, what is that new base? Like, I've never seen that before. So I hope you guys enjoyed and are excited to try these out. I think you guys are absolutely going to love them. They're really good quality and they're not super pricey, which is really, really awesome. And you get 3 of them and a brush instead of just one, which is really cool. So hope you guys enjoyed this new product. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!